How to help your child with autism deal with bath time sensory sensitivities. Hi, I'm Cynthia Ruth Crockwell, and in this video I will share with you several things that you can do to help your autistic child handle bath time without having to deal with sensory overload. I want to emphasize here that children's sensitivities are very real, and the trauma of ignoring them can be devastating to your little one. Also, your child is unique, and what may work for one child may not work for everyone. Most kids on the autistic spectrum react adversely to changes in their routine. So the key to limiting bath time meltdowns is to prepare them for what will happen during the bath time. I like to think of this as a three-step process. Step number one prepares the child for bathing process by showing them step-by-step pictures of what will be done. Talking with your child and showing them the pictures can help them mentally prepare for what is to come. Repetition here is critical, so do this several days and for several times a day. Step two begins in the bathtub or shower. This is the most important step, and if you're successful here, you will eliminate 90% of the trauma because this will address most potential triggers. Be sure to let them know what is about to happen and ask their opinion on each step. Make a note of each preference so you can duplicate it during bath time. Of course, you want to make this bath time a fun activity. But if your child is sensitive to bright lights, replace the hard fluorescent lighting with a softer light like a table lamp, and remember to keep electric lamps away from wet areas. If your child is sensitive to noise, you could place several large towels on the floor to absorb the noise, since tile floors tend to amplify sounds. You can let them also use earplugs. Some sensory seekers may enjoy the sound of rushing water. Seat your little one on a stool outside the tub and gently turn on the faucet. If the sound or motion of the water disturbs them, turn off the water immediately and take the child out of the room. Then go back and fill the tub before continuing the process. Be sure to check the temperature of the water. It is also a good idea to cover the drain hole with a washcloth or towel. When you bring him back into the room, let him sit on the stool again and show him how to just let the water play over his hands. Let him splash or sail his rubber boat until you think he's comfortable with the water. Next, introduce him to different types of soaps: liquid soap, foamy soap, or slippery soap. Place a little bit of soap on his hands and ask him which one he prefers. Choosing bath products with no parabens, formaldehyde, or artificial coloring means no risk of skin sensitivity during bath time. Allow him to choose between a washcloth or loofah, and bathe his forearm to determine if he prefers a gentle wash or a vigorous scrub. Some kids may prefer to bathe themselves. Dry his arm with a towel with the right texture and pressure. An autistic child has specific sensory preferences when it comes to texture and physical pressure. Learning and sticking to your child's needs will make bath time so much more enjoyable. Next, put him in the tub and shower and repeat the washing process using a little water on his face. Use as little water as possible and be careful to keep the soap from entering his eyes, nose, or mouth. Step 3. Repeat the bath routine with one additional difference: washing his hair. This can be traumatic for your little darling, so seek input from him as to the amount of water, the water temperature, and the texture of the shampoo, and also the amount of pressure you apply to his head. Many parents find that leaning forward when they wash their hair feels more secure than leaning backwards, and you can rinse using a plastic visor or swim goggles to keep the soap and water out of his eyes. You might ask, why take them through the paces in step 2 rather than going straight into the bath? The answer is simple. By bathing their forearm rather than their whole body, you can control the level of overload at each stage without them going into a full-blown meltdown that could scar them for many years to come. Bonus tips: never rush bath time. Be prepared to tweak the sensory triggers from one day to the next, depending on your child's sensory appetite for that day. Also, give them warning about what you're going to do and think carefully about how it might affect them. Try singing or clapping and provide a distracting dose of sensory input. Play soft music and try aromatherapy. Some Epsom salts in the bath water can relax their muscles, especially if the bath is just before going to bed. If you found value in this video, please hit the subscribe button at the lower right of the screen. And until next time, happy learning and goodbye.